Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for finding me today in the garden. As I always say, it's going to be a thing, watch, because it is already a thing. Today, guys, we're going to be activating the Sacral Chakra, the energy center of creativity, joy, and emotional healing. I'm really focusing on the grounding space of all of this, because if we can't ground the energy that we are, the foundational spaces, what are we fractaling out? What are we giving out? What is the intention that we're setting out? How you start everything is how you will do everything. That is the point of a seated space. Seated space, seed. Creativity, emotional healing. This practice is designed to help you release any emotional blockages stored in your hips, lower body. We're gonna tap into that creative flow that's always available to you. What I find with my clients is that the first thing to go are the legs, the extremities, but more so the legs. The ability for us to stand tall, to walk. We forget that we have the ability to walk outside, to swim. We have all of our toes. We have both of our feet. We have all of our legs, you know? Who's to say about the people that don't have it? You may not realize, but that energy that you're carrying in your hips and your sacral region often hold onto trauma and fear and emotional baggage. By walking into targeted exercises and using light language, we can release the stored emotions and stagnant energy that is stored. You ever touch your legs one day and you're like, it hurts? Because it does. It sits there. And if it sits there, when we can figure out a way to release this, we can allow more flow into our lives. We also integrate some of our my self-massage techniques that help to deeply activate the area and bring forth healing. Remember, if you do this for you, you can do this for anyone else. Why not do this for our loved ones? The biggest thing that I hear from my clients is that I don't know how to do it, or else I would do it. I get tired, I'm not sure. I want to be able to provide, but I can't. It's not that you can't, it's just the lack of knowledge is not there. Our sacral chakra is located right here. Around the hips, this energy center is linked to our creativity, self-expression, and emotion. When our sacral chakra is blocked, we may feel that we are disconnected from our creativity, struggle with emotional balances, or just lower back and tight hips, because as above, as below, so above. If these are complete expressions of each other, then the energy is going to fractal out that way. Energy moves like that. It's two resonance points that come together, and then they literally open up their own coins, a meeting of coherence. So when they say that there's a bottom to the top, there is. The bottom sustains the top, and the top sustains the bottom to create the middle. That's what we're doing here with the sacral chakra, right? Let's say you're playing Jenga, and then all of a sudden you pull one thing here and you pull one thing there. Well, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing collapses, and that's what this is about. So by identifying where, in the sacral chakra, it could be blocked, we may feel disconnected from our creativity, struggle with emotional balance, and even experience all of that stuff, especially for women. PCOS, endometriosis, I could just name it all off the list, painful periods, all of these things we filter out our environment every month. So it is not something that you say, oh, she on her period, she acting like this because of that. We forget what we as women, our chemical makeup is. We naturally have more hormones, more chemistry, more elements, more light. More light can be entered into the body, more light, more knowledge. So we have been suppressed from this area, and we're seen as highly emotional, highly volatile, and highly unpredictable, because we're reacting to our environment like little children and not realizing, as the women and divine beings that we are, that we can control our environment. We love, we cater to our communities, we give back to people. This is what us women do. Even when we are scorned, we still do this, because there is that sense of unconditional love, unconditional care, and unconditional passion that we have. So speaking from such, we're going to start and we're going to focus on breath work. Breathing in to the sacral chakra really helps us to start opening up these energy channels. Breath work is everything. If you can't breathe, you can't be here. if you're having trouble breathing, there's only a certain amount of time, if you want to call it that, where it can no longer calculate the same data, where the end result will always be something different, and then it becomes something unstable, and then you can no longer operate in this reality, so you transition into another one. It's as simple as such. If we remove the labels of life and death and see it as literally what it is, what nature shows us in the nitrogen cycle, then what we will find is that in this natural progressive process, what it's showing you is you are able to ride the frequencies of nature because we have consciousness. That's all. I want you to stay to the end because I have some exciting stuff for y'all to get in touch with, so make sure you deal. So we're gonna do the same simple thing that we did 4-4-8 breath pattern. We're gonna breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Now, as you breathe, imagine the energy flowing down into your hips and releasing the tension with each exhale. That means that you have to be fully activated. That means that it's none of that. It's not breathing from the chest, it's not breathing from the shoulders, it's not breathing from the ribs, it's not breathing from any of that. It is breathing from the diaphragm. And when we do this, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna activate into the legs. So, as we take this practice, you're going to breathe in. Remember, diaphragm, expand. Expand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as you continuously squeeze, I want you to squeeze and really push down into the perineum. Like squeeze it. And as you do this, you're going to be squeezing the legs naturally as you breathe out. And then release. As you release, when you release, you breathe in. Diaphragm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze and then release. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Contract that core. 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze, 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 and then release. All right, you might feel the tension that had built up as you squeezed, and then as you released, you're like, oh my God, I actually feel my legs, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get some light language into the body. We're gonna do some toning first. This is a form of energy communication that helps bypass the mind and directly speak to your soul. What I found that after I got struck by lightning, August 23rd, 2022, I started to develop this language that was coming to me, and I thought it was weird. I was like, there's no way I'm saying this out loud. I sound ridiculous. I refused to learn other languages because I thought I sounded weird. That's a story for another day. Don't borrow that. And when I started speaking the language, I'm like, oh, this is what this is. And then I started to see what it was doing to the body. Now, I can't pinpoint exactly what the dialect is because it changes every time. And I'm always channeling somebody else, whoever comes through in that moment. I just know that by setting the stage, I'm allowing these energies to come through based off of my connection with them. And I make sure that I just connect with source, anything of source, anything of the light with source. Because there's so many things out there that will do their best to sway you any which way and make you think that, oh yeah, you're doing this right. Know who you are. Know who you are. All right. So we're gonna hold our sacral chakra. It's gonna activate any of those emotional blockages. So it's gonna hit you through your 5 senses. And if there's anything that comes up, just make a note of it. Make a note and just listen. As you hear the children in the background. Remember, the whole point of being outside with nature is understanding that there will be chaos. There will be order in the chaos. And the fact of bringing order to the chaos is what we're doing right now. Remember the sacred, divine, pleasurable, creative being that you are. The inner child that exists within you is knocking at your door. Release the lower back. Release the ability to hold yourself back and let yourself go. As you can see, I'm a magician. I'm standing. In this standing phase, you want to hold yourself up correctly. I stood up too fast, so I'm just holding myself together. Remember, these videos got personality. If not, you probably wouldn't tune in. Anywho, so we're gonna start. I'm coming down here because I want to. You don't have to. This is a way of me warming up my body. I'm really focusing on lower glute. You're gonna see that for a bit. All right. So this is a glute activation to warm up the hips and the lower body. The glutes play a major role in your ability to feel grounded, powerful, and secure. When we activate our glutes, we also release any tension in the hips, okay? So we're gonna begin by some glute bridges to go ahead and activate the glutes, and also bring in some leg raises at the same time. So you're gonna watch how I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna go through a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna release, okay? All right, hopefully you can see me. Okay, so here's the transition. We're gonna make sure that when we're laying down, we come up, and as we come up, drop the legs, bring one up, down. Come up, hold for 3 seconds, down, hold the left leg, up with the right leg, okay? Squeeze, down, come up, down, hold the right leg, left leg up, okay? Squeeze, you're still holding, down again, up, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Remember, you're tucking in the abs because we're activating at the same time. The glutes and the abs, they're best friends. Okay, so other side, left leg out, right leg up. All right, again, go up, down, right leg straight, left leg up. Okay, hold them, hold them, hold them. Make sure you're squeezing the legs, activating, squeezing, squeezing. As you're doing this, you're gonna feel yourself be squeezed in. Squeezing the abs, and then release. All right. Okay. Hold this energy. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. You can lay if you want to. You're gonna feel the energy moving through your lower body. As I sit up, I'm like, just kidding, not really. Let it move through you. You're gonna feel the fusion build. Especially around your hips, you may feel some tension, some emotional energy being released as we open up these areas. That's fine, that's fine. Relax, relax, relax. Okay. So now we're gonna be focusing on the core. The core is the center of your personal power, and when we strengthen it, we align the body's expression, okay? So basically how we're gonna do this is I like to call these as, so you're gonna stand up. It's kind of like a yoga pose as well, kind of like a Kali thing. So it is gonna kind of be like a sumo squat. What I'm doing is being outside in. Okay, so we're gonna hold here, squeeze. As we're squeezing the glutes, we are centered in the heels, okay? I am kind of leaning forward a little bit, and I am bent at the knees. Bent at the knees, so as I'm standing up on the pads of my feet, it's loose on the back, the heels, okay? So I'm shifting my weight back into the heels, back. As I do that, bring them up, you should be able to feel your glutes. So as you do this, go as far as you can. Here, and then squeeze. Here, and then squeeze. Here, and then squeeze. As you drop, catch yourself. All glutes, squeeze up. Drop. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Go as slow as you need to. Engage with every part of your body. Down. Up, up, up. Squeeze. Down again. Hold. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. All right. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. All right. Let's move into self-massage. Right? Who loves that part? So you're just basically going to use your hands and roll them out your glutes, your legs, and your thighs. So I'm going to open up. You can open up too. All right. And all I'm doing is leaning forward and leaning back. Lean forward and leaning back. Side. side was tighter. All right. So all I'm doing, just using my palm, and I'm rotating my shoulders forward. So I'm rotating my shoulders forward. I'm moving forward. I'm leaning forward. As I am doing this, I'm waking up these areas. As I do this, I squeeze by the ankles, bring it on up. Shins, bring it on up. By the knees, bring it on up. If you watch my video from yesterday, it goes into more detail. This is just us really working the energy of the lower body. It is highly overlooked. It is highly misunderstood. And it's time to bring awareness to it so we work it properly, so we know exactly how to maneuver and not necessarily control, but honor the higher energy of spaces that so many of us look to control. We'll talk about that later. All right, so as you're thinking about your massaging the outer and inner thighs, you're gonna bring it to the inner thighs. Sometimes energy can be stagnant here, sexual energy. And when it is like that, when it's stagnant, it's not flowing, sometimes it can be misconstrued, or it just looks for an out. And if it's looking for an out, think of like Pandora's box. You open it right away, and all these things come out. You can't control it because you're like, ah! It's the same thing. These are the dark spaces in us that we have to learn how to maneuver and move with the energy, because there's so much expression in there. So as you're doing this, you're gently massaging. You're going to imagine the energy flowing freely through these areas, releasing anything that no longer serves, right? And we're letting go and we're resetting. So as you can see, I'm using my palms and I'm pressing. You can press dead center in your quads and you're going to feel it. For some of us, this is really tight. I am just rolling my shoulder, and as I'm doing that, I'm leaning myself forward and I'm pushing my palms. So I'm pushing my palms. Make sure your legs are relaxed, please. And you're just pushing. If you feel the need to contract, lighten up your pressure. Because what's happening is your body's like, what is that? Tonus of the muscle. Pacifying the muscle. Muscles have memory. They store. They are the coherence to who we are. And when we wake up these parts of the body, instead of letting them just sit, we remember that we are part of the whole. And as waking these parts up, we're like, oh, I never seen that before. Oh my God, I did not. That's what it is. Energy goes where you focus. So if we're only focusing on certain parts, what about the rest of it? Wake them up. All right? As we end this practice, I want to leave you with the final moment of feeling thorough through light language. This is my gift to you guys. Remember I said wait till the end. Here it is. This will help you integrate the energy you activated in your sacral chakra, allowing your creativity and emotional balance to flow freely. Palms together, or actually, you know what? No, we're not doing palms. You're gonna place your hand on your knees, palms down on your knees. With all the flow that we were just doing, you might actually start to feel some heat coming from your hands. Let it flow. As you can see, I'm already in the flow. I'm already channeling. Close your eyes, breathe normally. Shoulders down, belly breath. Tini akare kitikiana korea wa nara katikiana kuya tikiana korea wa. Enara katikiana karaya wara katikiana rikiana rikiatikiana rekawara katikia. Anara kawa. Enara kiana tikiana raka anara ka orika anariki orka ara ara orkiana kiana kore kriare kore kiana kiara orakia. Anara kia orkiana tikiara rikiana kore kiana tikiara war kiana. Anana kiana kore kiana tikiana Warkia. As I channel this light language, there are some things that come out that even surprises me in the moment, because that was new for me. So this is something that I'm gonna definitely reach out to my mentors on. Basically, using your voice. if you are a person of a high caliber that can use your voice, this is a message to those who can. I feel like this is a broadcast. Whoever listens to this, they're gonna find it. Wow. Okay. This message is for you. You're standing in front of people. You're able to meet people. Yet you're not being truthful. Yet you're not saying what really is supposed to be out there. You're not using your truth. You're aligning with scarcity, and it's cutting off those creative sides of you. Ulcers, stomach blisters, oh my God, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, high stress. Whoever this is, whoever this person is, or peoples, or collective, you are going the wrong way because you're too busy connecting or keeping a truth secret. And what I'm feeling is that if you don't come out with it, just the guilt of it alone, of not saying anything, can get you sick. So I see this of people who already have speaking platforms, or who are already speakers, or speak to maybe like a couple thousand or a couple hundred or whatever it is. You have influence, and because you have influence, people listen to you. What this means is that it's coming to you. Whoever I just channeled said, remember why you started what you started. Because if you don't, you'll lose sight, and they got you. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for being with me today in this powerful sacral chakra activation practice. Like, there were some things that came out that I didn't even think that would come out at all. I mean, I hope you feel a deeper connection to your creative energy and a release of emotional tension in your body. Remember, healing is an ongoing journey. It is. And today, as we've taken another step toward our personal empowerment, if you enjoyed these videos, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with anyone who can benefit from this healing practice. Don't forget to, leave a comment below. Let me know how you felt during today's session. All right? What shifts you might be noticing in your body. Also, y'all might want to check the link below. There's another freebie that I got. April 8th, 9 p.m. I have a webinar on quantum power and healing. We'll dive into it deeper on how the energy can really transform your life. Until next time, y'all, keep it flowing. Stay connected to your power. Namaste. Again, my name is Lalini, your quantum healing expert. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you tomorrow.